campers get their day rolling from the very beginning. Most of the time you see them trying to wake each other up. They're sleeping as long as they can because they've worked so hard the day before. But they get up and they're waiting. It's so much fun. You see everybody kind of mulling around, moaning and groaning right before breakfast, right there on the pavilion. But the second that door opens, you're hit with an energy that's going to last all day long. They come in, they're greeted, they sit down, and I love being served family style. Mountain Top is great about forcing people in a good way to get close and be open with each other and to be hospitable and to be sharing, just to be kind to one another. So sit there and they eat, and then from breakfast, that first daybreak moment really sets the tone for the whole day, gives the camper the theme they're going to carry on throughout the day as they're getting stuff finished up, making their last minute preparations for their projects, and then hitting the road to go work at 9 or so in the morning. And they spend their day out there in the county working, but they're getting visited by their leaders. They're thinking about these things, and it's so great to see kids really chewing on some of the same topics all day long. And you work as hard as you can, but you take some time to spend time with these families, to hang out, to talk with them, to eat a great lunch. When you finish things up, sometimes you have some time to poke around the county, which is a lot of fun because this place is unlike anything we have in Louisiana. And you make it back to camp, you rush to get cleaned up and get ready, and then for the whole community to come back together, get a dinner. So it's just another big, huge, fun time. You see your friends you haven't seen all day long. You high five. You eat a great meal, and then you head back out into worship. And in time with your major groups and your minor groups, you're still chewing on the same topic that's been going on throughout the day. And then you've had a whole day to reflect on what this idea means to you.
There's probably not a typical day for a staff member, but during a camp week, what we would do is we get up, we go to breakfast with the campers. We would have daybreak, just like the campers do, and then we would lead their major group meetings and then send them out into the county, and then we would have a staff meeting, talk about who's going where, what we need to do, and then we go out in the county and we meet with our groups. We lead daybreaks with them, and then we also do first visiting, confirmations, different things like that. We get back around 4:30, just like the groups do. We do our paperwork, and then we go to dinner, and then we lead everything the rest of the night, whether that's games, worships, more major group meetings, and then we hang out with the campers during free time, and then during bed prep we clean up the worship, and then lights out, we go down and we put the campers to bed, and then we have our meetings real quick, and then we start all over the next day.
This year's theme was Faith Works, and my opinion before camp, I thought of it as two separate words: faith and works. We're going to, on our faith out there to do work within the community. But throughout the week, throughout like where the verses I've researched and the study guides that we've been looking at, or the morning devotions we've been looking at, and just our themes throughout the week, I found that more so than it being two words, that it's one word: faith works. And so it's saying that our faith, works. Our faith is successful. Working, or like going out on our faith, is successful in this community. Working on or being active within our faith is the way that the gospel is going to get shared, is the way that discipleship is going to happen, is the way that people will feel love, and see who God is. That, acting out in that is really what these people need. They don't need necessarily the porch to be built, or the roof to be patched, or their grass to be cut, but they do need love. They need that interaction. That's a part of what we're doing this summer. And so Faith Works has really changed from works in the sense of using a hammer, or carrying lumber, or cutting grass, to more of our faith is successful, to me.
This summer, I've seen it a lot of ways. Faith Works is huge for Mountain Top, but I've seen it a lot in my campers. Something that my director Carly talks about in our fishhook service is about how our actions are derived from our faith, and I've seen so much faith in my campers and their willingness to learn about God and to really be on fire for Him. So when they go out and do these works for the families, you can tell it's because they love Jesus and they want to show that light to the families, and it's really awesome.
But what I've loved about this theme of Faith Works is it is let the kids start to process the fact that their faith and the relationship they have with Christ and the things that He has done in their own hearts is what calls them to go out and do these works. That all these works are a response for what Jesus has done for them. It's the fact that, Jesus has done everything for me, so I need to go out and do everything for other people.
And so the most joy I get out of this week is probably coming into that situation and having 6 very shy, usually very hesitant to be very verbal in their communication or very useful on the job site, to them bonding together by the end of the week and knowing what they can do and what they can't do, and helping lead them in that direction and seeing them fulfill that, seeing them take the initiative to go to the door and to pray with the owner and to sit with them and talk with them, or to get out the manual and start building whatever we need built, or digging the holes, or measuring, or just being more apt to lend a hand and know that they are just as capable of doing something as I am, or as even a professional carpenter, or landscape tech, or whatever you would have be out there. Just watching them gain confidence as they grow into these roles is probably what I get out of this week more than anything else.
Well, the job overall is really rewarding, but I would say the most rewarding part for me is the relationships that I've been able to make, both with my staff members, awesome people. I've really had a lot of fun with them, but then also the campers. I've had a huge variety of campers from all over the place, and that's been very rewarding to see them grow. And then also even with people in the county, seeing how the campers impact their lives. And I feel like a lot of these relationships are ones I'm going to be able to keep later on, and ones that I'm definitely going to have learned from and continue to learn from.